Hello, hello! Welcome back to my stream. This once again I, your humble host Sketchy. We are back after the scheduled break. And we are continuing the playthrough of the event for Reverse 1999. As per schedule. Well, as per altered schedule, but you know what I mean. Anyway, where did we left off? There we go. Ah, there it is. This is part 5th, I think. Right. The humanitarian approach. I've managed to resuscitate myself somewhat with another coffee in the meantime. So maybe I'll seem more alive this time. It's an ordinary workday like any other. Dora hums a cheerful tune as she dusts the equipment with a handheld static duster. Is it just me, or does her humming sound a little bit staticky? Without warning, lab door opens. Dora, what are you doing? A long absent figure appears in the doorway. Ulrich? She hastily flings the duster to the workbench beside her. I thought you'd know better than to throw things onto workbench by now. I'm just a little surprised. Fair enough, but still, take care of the equipment. These integrated circuit machines just keep getting more expensive. Ulrich briefly steps out before returning with a heavy piece of computing equipment. What's this? A gaming console for the team. It comes preloaded with Ping Pong League, Super Spaceman, and Leviathan and the Deep Sea Maze. Okay, what the hell? It can also serve as a versatile development platform. You can design your own games on it. So, what's it doing here? The image before her is almost surreal, I bet. It's a gift. I bought it for the team. Who are you and what you did with Ulrich? Before Dora can react, Ulrich has turned and left once again. Right. He quickly returns, this time carrying a smaller device, the oscilloscope. He carefully places it on the workbench. I have to admit, taking such a long holiday was an irresponsible act of negligence on my part. No, Lead, I think...
I'd like to apologize for my absence. There's no excuse for spending so much time at the retreat center and neglecting my work here.
It's fine. I've already submitted a request to Madame Lucy. For the next 36 months, I will forfeit all personal salary and benefits. Are you mad? I knew it, don't tell me. And I'll compensate for the loss caused by my absence by doubling the work hours. I'll assume that you are just referring to your work hours, are you?
No!
Ulrich seems deaf to Dora's protests, moving straight to the point. He plugs the oscilloscope in and turns it on. From now on, the cryptography team will take on a new long-term task. I require each team member to independently propose a framework for classifying the waveforms from this oscilloscope without discussing it with each other. This secrecy is paramount in covering any blind spots in my methods. But I haven't been briefed on anything. No need. Get to work right away. I'll show you how it's done. That's the long and short of it. Alright. For all of you, identifying initial patterns should be a simple task. Yes, lead. The real challenge lies in how to deal with the chaotic parts, the ones without any pattern. I'll do my best to understand. It's all down to the team. Once you are all proficient enough, we can expand to larger scale statistical work. I've identified one set of signals from the previous work, the decryption key. It can control the shielding switch, disabling the shielding device to unlock more pathways for receiving signals. The decryption key is a special decrypting signal. On its own, it cannot activate the receivers. Right. Connect the decryption key to the shielding switch to turn it off. Right. After shielding switch is off, the shielding device blocking the signals will be disabled. Signals can disrupt each other. An existing signal will take priority and block any new signals that cross its path. Place a component here to block off the signal, giving priority to the one on the left. Gotcha. Okay, I understand. So, for example, this. And... still have to block this somehow, don't we? But I have only one block? That's... So what can I do then with only one block? I'm not seeing something in this puzzle. I'm missing something for sure. But what? I block this. This still creates another blockage, right? Yes, reset. I understand now, because this gets prioritized when I move the block again. Right, because it's pre-existing. I get it now. Now I get it. So... what else can I do? Right, this takes precedence. Ah! Now I get it. Interesting mechanic. The work on the oscilloscope quickly becomes a part of the team's routine daily task. Unfortunately, today's research still yields no progress.
Would you like to hear my thoughts on the oscilloscope, sir?
Go ahead. Maybe it really is just a broken machine, like most of the equipment we've cleared out and stored in the repair room. But the storm noticeably impacted the readings. That's highly unusual. Well, the storm is an interference of sorts, so maybe it just interfered with proper working conditions for the oscilloscope. No, it's actually quite ordinary. The storm interferes with all arcane phenomena. Clearly, arcane technology was involved in building this instrument. Of course, it's connected to the storm. Almost everything is. This answer does little to satisfy Ulrich. So you're saying it isn't unique? Precisely. We need more evidence before we can come to that conclusion. But the uniqueness you suggest isn't supported by any current evidence either. Before any rebuttal can come, she continues. You plan to establish different array system to correlate changes between information patterns. But this method won't eliminate all errors. We'll be forced to acknowledge the inherent chaos of this system. We could spend immense computational power exploring every possibility for half a century and still come up with nothing. Ulrich's silence suggests he has already considered these issues. We could request more resources to address the problems that you mentioned. That would require submitting dedicated research project application, including a preliminary evaluation personnel, funding and equipment. It won't be an easy task to justify research value, and we can't just turn the whole cryptography team into an oscilloscope cryptography unit. Where would you find people with the necessary time and expertise to join the project? Wait. Even she seems surprised by her sudden bout of inspiration. I'm now just a person. Enigma? Dora strides purposefully down the corridor, like a deer charging through the forest. Ulrich jogs behind her. She comes to a stop in front of a closed door. Just as she is about to ring the bell, Ulrich intercepts her. A word of warning, Dora. Enigma has been a recluse for years. Any attempt to communicate with him won't end well.
Come on. He deserves a chance just like anyone else.
I've dealt with worse characters, you know? Those awful math professors who take pleasure in insulting students. I've picked up a few tricks, don't you worry. She takes a few deep breaths to slow her racing heart. When she speaks again, her tone is entirely different, like someone trying to persuade a child to do something.
What's this? New puzzle games! Want to give it a try, Adler?
Are you for real? Is this how you are going to play this? This is absurd. For once, I'm with Ulrich on that one. She coughs before switching to a more formal tone.
We're facing a serious problem that requires your expertise, Mr. Adler. I trust it falls within your responsibilities to assist us with this matter.
He'll only laugh at the face in the face of such a fabrication. Her tone shifts again, this time sounding like a restaurant server.
Mr. Adler, a messy room isn't doing your mental state any good. Let our Clean Up for Mental Clarity group give you a hand.
That one doesn't even have any work-related information. Finally, her tone becomes exasperated.
So what's your brilliant idea then?
We shouldn't focus on how to communicate. No, we should focus on how to complete the task with as little communication as possible. Why? Why don't you organize the materials, open the door, drop the documents on the floor and leave? Then you can check back later to see if there's any progress. That's a unique approach, if nothing else. What a convincing solution. Then we are in agreement. Ulrich ignores the sarcasm in her voice, steps forward and rings the bell. At that moment, the door swings open. Huh? An unexpected figure stands in the doorway.
Good day, Madam Hoffman. I didn't expect you to be here.
Clearly. The honor is mine, though I don't believe we've met.
Miss Hoffman.
Miss Hoffman, a long time no see. This is Dora, a research assistant in the cryptography team. A hint of surprise colors Hoffman's face. Ulrich, so your holiday's over? Yes, I just returned to the headquarters. Were you looking for Adler? Dora quickly takes over the conversation. Yes, the cryptography team hopes to enlist his help. Hoffman gives a soft sigh, visibly wary.
I think?
I think now is not a good time to approach him. Adler is unwell. He's usually unwell. Understood. In such a situation, no one would inquire about the specifics of his condition. Ah, does he have a bacterial infection from being in confined space for so long? It isn't a bacterial infection. Dora takes a quick step forward, putting herself between Ulrich and Hoffman. Mother Hoffman, is there anything we can do to help?
Of course.
Of course, there is something I've been considering.
Adler's birthday is coming up.
Okay, what about it? Birthday?
He's turning 28, but I'll be on a field mission to the Flannan Isles on the date.
Oh, interesting. I was expecting him to be slightly older. I was placing Greta around her early 40s and Adler in his late 30s. But I guess I've overshot it. I'd like someone to deliver a gift to him on my behalf on that day. This seems like a good opportunity for Dora to break the ice with him.
Absolutely, Madam Hoffman. Leave it to us.
Wait, what did she say here? Right, he's turning 28, but I'll be on a field mission to the Flannel Isles on the date, right?
It's appreciated. Thank you.
It's appreciated, thank you. I'll send the gift to you later. Hoffman, satisfied with the arrangement, leaves at once. Looks like we've been handed a good opportunity. Ulrich feels as through a rock has smashed through his tank. He instinctively pats the glass, checking that it's still intact. What exactly have you agreed to? Well, delivery service. It's another part done. And honestly, at this point, I think as well that Ulrich is being delusional with that oscilloscope. I think it's just a broken piece of machinery. A not so happy birthday. What a name. Part 6 it is. The door creaks open, stirring up a small cloud of dust. Luckily, this visitor has no need to breathe. The office occupant hides behind a towering stack of papers, paying little attention to the intruder. Visiting hours are over. You don't have an appointment.
Please, get out.
Can I even simulate his grouchiness while voice acting? I'll give it my best. There's no such thing as visiting hours here. But I still have the right to control my private space. Might I remind you that, fundamentally, an office is a semi-public space? Treating it as a private property is the result of a primal animalistic instinct and a serious violation of regulations. Theoretical physics research requires quiet, not people walking around and shouting at one another. The sound of a scratching pencil comes from behind the papers, as if Enigma were finishing a crossword puzzle. Work, he says. Research. Right. But you haven't submitted a single academic paper of value in 7 years, nor made any other kind of contribution. How is he still employed? How long do you intend to indulge in this humanitarian management idleness? You can't even keep the room clean. Oh, so you've returned from your holiday as a sanitation inspector, have you? Oh, hey there, mate. There are many crosswords on the workboard. I mean, there might be. This might be a crossword puzzle, I guess. This and this. You might be right. I'm still the leader of the cryptography team during my absence, and since my return, the team has been running efficiently. The number of internal complaints I've received has significantly decreased. You should give your work report to that tin can, not me. Now leave. For the sake of his promise to Hoffman and his responsibilities as a leader, Ulrich resists the urge to walk out.
I had no desire to be here, but I gave my word to Miss Hoffman.
Right. Huh? I'm here. Dora bursts into the room, 2 cardboard boxes in her arms. She places the boxes on the top of the already massive pile of paper. Sorry I'm late.
Great, another one. Welcome. Make yourself at home.
It's a regular party.
What's next? A full orchestra? A clown jumping out and serenading me?
Would you like to? Well, not exactly.
Happy 28th birthday, Mr. Adler.
Congrats, you are old! The sound of tearing paper fills the room as a crumpled calendar page is thrown over the stack of paper on the desk. Thanks for the reminder, I almost forgotten. Honestly, he looks way older than I am, and I'm almost a decade older than he is. Amazing what isolation and not touching grass for 7 years does to a person. As her enthusiasm deflates, she gives a pleading look to Ulrich. He responds with an annoyed shake of his head. Mr. Adler, I brought something for you. Yes, the boxes you kindly already piled on my desk. One is signed by Greta Hoffman. Who's the other one for? For you, of course. She quickly unwraps it for him. Well, that's rude. Oh, a cake. What happened to it? Is there something wrong with it? What's this? Is the birthday cake Dora prepared? I assume you haven't utterly detached yourself from society that you don't understand its significance. She lets out a helpless scream. Who put so many candles on it? How many is there? 3, 6, 9. This looks about right. This is like 10, 20 something. This looks correct to me on a glance. Let's see. 28, genius. It took a precise calculation to fit 28 candles perfectly on the cake, let me tell you. So, what? You didn't plan to put all the required candles on it, Dora?
This is not happening.
What's the problem? There's no need to worry about your health, Dora. There's no evidence that ingesting paraffin and a small amount of dye causes any illness. Right, what we should be worrying about is carbon dioxide poisoning. No, that's not the problem, it's that...
I can't even look at it.
Then don't. They don't seem to mind. She hurriedly recloses the cake box. Sorry, Mr. Adler, I'll get you a new one. No need, I'll eat this one. Then, considering the fire hazard, let's keep lighting the candles. But we still have to sing the song. I even learned the German version. Oh, horrifying. I understand English, by the way. When will your enthusiasm end? It's a magical song, don't you think? It sounds cheerful in any language. If you say so. She takes a deep breath.
Zum Geburtstag viel Glück. Zum Geburtstag viel Glück. Zum Geburtstag, lieber Adler. Zum Geburtstag viel Glück.
Honestly, it doesn't even sound happy in any manner when sung in German. The final note hangs in the air before crashing to the ground like a solitary raindrop. Right, they are speechless. Silence. All three of them in total silence. From the birth of the universe to the heat or death of all things, there has not been and will never be a silence so profound. How is the Polish version? There are several versions, but the most direct one would be 100 lat, 100 lat, 100 lat, 100 lat, niechaj żyje nam, niech żyje nam, niech żyje nam. 100 lat, 100 lat, 100 lat, 100 lat, niechaj żyje nam. Something like that. That would be the most common one used for this purpose. Was my German off? Enigma glances at the cake on the paper pile, his expression resembling someone who has just swallowed a worm.
Is anyone going to tell me what's going on here? Am I the one losing my mind here, or is it you two? This room is chaotic enough as it is. Leave, and don't come back.
The heavy atmosphere seems to have created an unresolvable standoff. All attempts at social interaction have ended in dismal failure, like a well-intentioned ship crashing into an iceberg. Right. When three autists in a single room try to be social to each other, it's a disaster. Also, I like the fact that the Polish version uses the name of a demon in folklore, Solas. It's 100 lat, 2 words. Basically, it means 100 years to you in short translation. Right. No one wants to blow out unlit birthday candles. But...
We've done all that we can. Let's go, Dora.
To give a short language lesson, 100 means 100 and lat means years. But yeah, in a short, rapid succession, it can sound like a name of a demon. I suppose. Right, now the last part. Ergodicity? The hell does that mean? Now I need a translation. Mathematical and statistical concepts stating that a system's long-term average for a single individual is the same as the average of the whole group at any given point in time. Excuse me. So it's a mathematical and statistical term. Alright. Fair enough, I guess. Among the tedium of the daily walk, the not-so-happy birthday party is gradually forgotten. The investigators' analysis reports on unknown indications have been sorted. I miss Dora. Right, because from what I remember, I think Dora was one of the people that got disappeared during the experiments, right? Or am I mistaking her with someone else? I think that was the case. When they were researching the umbrellas. Messing around with that ritual stolen from Arcana. Dora places a stack of paper forms on the desk and retrieves a floppy disk from her pocket. This disk contains known incantations similar to the ones the investigators reported. We can use it as a reference during our deciphering. Very helpful indeed, Dora. Well, 07 to Dora. Once again. Ulrich takes the report from the top of the pile and gives it a quick look over. Hey there, kitty. Furry creature acquired. These incantations seem rather common. I'll process the information as soon as possible. For the time needed to decode them, I can give you an estimate as always. Kitty, please. Do not. You silly creature. Ulrich stands in his usual spot by the workbench, a steaming cup of coffee nearby. What does he even need the coffee for? Cannot drink it, can he? The oscilloscope lies quietly in the corner of the room. Only the cryptography team knows that this device isn't part of the lab's computing systems. Right. After 8 hours of hard work, Ulrich puts down the paper and hits the save shortcut on the keyboard. Let's call it a day. Ulrich writes a few notes on a pad and sticks it on the base of the monitor, a long-standing end-of-a-day ritual. Kitty, please leave the microphone alone, will you? She's so needy lately. Every time I stream, she needs to join the stream for us a minute or two. And every time I stop streaming, she's suddenly not interested in it any longer. Dora, who has been quietly waiting in nearby, suddenly squats down as if responding to a signal. Impressive lead. You've been clocked out on time for 47 consecutive days. It's my duty to prioritize the health of my team members, and of course I need rest too. He plugs the brown noise channel into his neck, and calming music designed for his kind reverberates inside the glass tank. Rejuvenated, Ulrich glances at the oscilloscope in the corner of the room. You can head out for the day. I'm going to reorganize the oscilloscope's historical data. It hasn't emitted any new signals since the last storm. You'll just be cycling through the same old data. Maybe there's still something of value to be found, though, of course, I don't expect to find much. Do you need help? Ulrich unplugs the music cable to ensure that he heard her correctly. You want to stay? Yes. I've removed the work on oscilloscope cryptography from the team calendar. It's my personal problem now. No need to spend your time on it.
Go on ahead. I'll stay a little longer.
You won't get any overtime pay. I know, but until you figure out what's going on with that little thing, you'll never be able to rest. For the sake of the whole team, let's just get this personal problem over with, shall we? Oh. Honestly, this feels more like a physical label than mathematics. The more forms and patterns we organize, the more possibilities arise. And the more options we have to sift through in the end. Most data cryptography involves this kind of process. Just think of it as a little game to relax with after work, rather than a physical job. That way, even if we discover this is just an elaborate years-long prank, we won't suffer too much disappointment. As you wish, lead. The signal is being interfered by many shielding devices. Let's hope we've got enough key signal transmitters. The letter in the upper left of the icon shows the correspondence between shielding devices and the respective switches. So right, this corresponds to B, this corresponds to A. I understand. B, A. The letter in the upper left of... right. Okay, make good use of the signal amplifier to boost the signals and decrypt devices. So, we have to do something like this. Right. And then. Since when do you have a Pip-Boy 2000 in reverse 1999? Since today. We are having those segments since the earlier stream today. So it's a new thing. New puzzle that they dropped on our asses. Now, can I even... Nah, cannot do it like that. How do I rotate it? Because I have to rotate it, don't I? Or can't I? Never mind then. I cannot place it here. So how do I do this? This doesn't work. I cannot place it on those blocks. What am I not seeing here? Right, this is how you rotate it. You click on it. Would that work? Or not really? Nah, this is not what we need, apparently. I think we need to do something like this. Right. Ah, there we go. That works. Now I get it. Today's results, like those of the past few years, amount to nothing. So they worked for years on this thing? But both Ulrich and Dora have grown accustomed to the fruitlessness of this work.
Let's call it a day.
Don't waste any more of our time. See you tomorrow, Lead. Dora packs up her belongings as she prepares to leave. Wait, do we have Dora the Explorer now? Not really, more the Dora the Scientist. Ulrich pours the remainder of the coffee from the team's shared pot and drinks it, grit and all. How the hell is he drinking anything? They each carry out their usual end-of-the-day routines, just like any ordinary day. Dora opens the lab door to reveal an unexpected visitor. She's all grown up and has a successful career. I feel old. Aren't we all?
Very well.
Jesus. Lucy jumpscare. Very well, you are both here. Clearly today isn't an ordinary day. The alarms blare alongside the whining of machines. Madame Lucy? We are in an emergency situation. Foundation investigator Marcus has sent back information from Vienna about the leader of Manus Vindicta's immunity to the storm. Ah, so this is happening before chapter 6, I think? 6 or 5. Right. The entire cryptography team is to focus on decoding the incantation, effective immediately. Right, so this is shortly before Dora bit the dust, so to speak. How sad that one of her final moments was focused on a fruitless labor of decoding that thing. And now my other cat is screaming at me apparently for some reason. What do you want, kitty? Give me 1 second, be right back. Alright, I'm back. Ah, now this is the last part apparently. Nebular hypothesis. Part 8.
Look at this.
Look at this, he's still here.
Oh dear.
Clearly, Ulrich's ability to enact a hunger strike has been severely underestimated, even by his fellow strikers, who have all since given up.
Reinstate Madame Lucy! End her suspension!
Rip Hoffman, yeah, indeed, I liked Hoffman. That was one of those moments in reverse that grabbed me by the throat a little bit. But hey, we've already moved past that, so to speak. I suppose. He periodically voices his demands, only to be met with silence. Again! Is his head clamped between two neodymium magnets or something? Let's go. They shot Ulrich a brief, dismissive glance before hastily leaving. Damn it. 10 minutes have passed, with no new sympathizers joining Ulrich's cause. In the bustling plaza outside the committee building, Ulrich has become the center of a circular no man's land of a few meters in radius. Half an hour later, the morning rush subsides, and the square is left mostly empty. Only a few latecomers leisurely clutching their coffees stroll by. A burst of hurried footsteps echoes through the square, getting louder and louder. The steps seem to be coming straight from Ulrich. No use trying to stop me, I won't be swayed by any appeasement tactics. He turns fully prepared for a showdown with the Foundation.
Just get back in there.
Adler?
Who could have expected this? Don't you see, I'm... Yes, hunger striking, how very clever of you. Who else could possibly think of such a genius idea?
What are you planning on doing? Waiting out here until the whole thing crumbles under its own weight?
I can't leave until I get some results. It would be an outright declaration of LSC's political defeat. Enigma grits his teeth in frustration. Defeat? Madame Lucy is gone and the LSCC is still struggling to find a suitable successor. How much more defeated could we be? The power plays are over. There's nothing left for the little people like us to do. Even if you stand here all year, you'll just become a statue like any other. No one in this great institution will even glance at you. Besides, I'm not handling all that piled up paperwork for you. That was never my responsibility to begin with. Great, then let entropy take over the LSCC. I'm sure it won't take long for the lab to spawn its big bang. My goal isn't to plunge the LSCC into chaos. Even doing the tiniest bit of actual work would make that statement more convincing. Like finally figuring out that oscilloscope that you still seem to know almost nothing about. It's a low blow. How do you know about the oscilloscope? Not exactly inconspicuous. Inconspicuous. Excuse me. I cannot read. It's a crucial place for decoding incantations. There's a machine that's utterly useless and no one knows what it's for. Meanwhile, a magnetic tape beside it contains years of research notes on the thing. You've read the research notes? Before Ulrich can make a case for the invasion privacy, a new possibility catches his attention. Enigma picks up a pristine notebook, already filled with letters and symbols. Not only did I read them, I added a few notes of my own. I have to say, some of your early hypotheses were laughable. Potential awakened? That was simply raised out of courtesy. Clearly, such a considerations are beneath you. Ulrich snatches the notebook from Enigma's hands. Enigma gives no resistance. The writing on the pages is dizzying. This isn't standard mathematical or logical notation. What exactly have you written here? I need better tools to sort out my cryptography process before this little notebook runs out of pages. A glimmer of hope flickers through Ulrich's circuits.
Did you manage to crack those codes?
Enigma is well prepared to deflect such heavy expectations. I'm not some kind of character who shows up at the end of the story to magically fix all the protagonist's problems. I only managed to uncover one issue. He takes the notebook from Ulrich, flipping to a page marked with red annotations. After the sixth storm, the oscilloscope stopped generating new data. The final segment of information is unlike anything that came before it. I'm surprised how deaf you are to the news outside the LSC. Look here. 1966. Almost simultaneously with the oscilloscope signal cutoff, an LSCC satellite fell out of orbit. The fact that the two coincide suggests that this oscilloscope may be a receiver for satellite signal. Oh, so it was tied to Regulus's satellite. Huh, okay. I hadn't noticed that coincidence, but we can already rule out that possibility. A receiver wouldn't have repeatedly received the signals from the same satellite across multiple storms. What about when the world was in eras before the invention of satellite? Where did the oscilloscope signals originate from then? A silent smirk tugs at the Enigma's lips. So this is how they discovered the supposed immunity to the storm of this satellite.
Haven't we only just found a way to survive the storm?
Right. If this is truly a satellite signal receiver, we'll need to use this new perspective to solve the issue. But that's just a hypothesis. Exactly. It's about as valid as your awakened hypothesis, don't you think? Assuming it was built based on the LSCC's aerospace engineering standards, its encryption methods should have discernible patterns. We can extract information fragments and cross-reference them with existing encoding standards. Then we can iterate through all the possibilities. Perhaps we need to keep existing encoding standards in mind and manually adjust the shielding devices and decrypting sequence to something workable. Here to view all components and their functions. Right. So we have several gates, several components to work with. This is going to be tricky. Am I even smart enough to figure this out? We only have gate switches to place. So, first, I would need to disable A. Like so. Right. This gives us two signals. Now I can disable B. Let's place it like this. And we could disable... Right, what exactly? This was E, right? I think that we need to do it a little bit differently. First, let's place D here and C. This will take precedence now. And there we go. Easy. I'm that good. The very room itself seems to be holding its breath. The two figures watch in silence, their silhouettes reflected on the main display among the numbers undergoing analysis. A crisp and exhilarating signal.
It's done.
1 second, let me clear my nose. I'll be right back. Much better. I can breathe now. It is done. The two of them lean closer to the monitor. The number sequence translated by the new algorithm has passed the verification program. From the first to the last character, every fragment aligns with an existing pattern. In simple terms, we've eliminated the garbled pieces of the data from the original signal. This sequence must be Jesus Christ. Decipherable. Right, that's the word. I had to rearrange the syllables in my mind to pronounce it even. If it's from a satellite, then what could it be? What kind of data would a satellite transmit back to Earth? Enigma bends over the keyboard, typing furiously. Have you got an idea? It's not hard to guess. Satellite data would undoubtedly include images. Why? Every space agency desperate for public funding tries to take pictures the moment the satellite gets in orbit. Because clueless bureaucrats and the media can only understand where the money went when they see a colorful picture. So this string of transmit data must decode into an image. Enigma hits the final enter key with a dramatic flourish, accidentally triggering the room's light switch in the process.
We've done it.
The CRT monitor works tirelessly, painting a vibrant, oversaturated nebula across its screen.
I never would have expected this.
Even these two rational scholars can't help but marvel at the surreal brilliance of the image.
A photo from space. Then there must be more. Which nebula is that?
No clue. Better to leave that to the astronomers. But here, see the timestamps?
2004?
Right. It's taking pictures of the future that supposedly never happened.
So then the satellite hasn't been affected by the storm.
I wonder whether or not the rest of the universe was changing with the storm while they were happening on Earth. Because you could figure this out from the movement of the stars across the years by taking pictures from outside the stratosphere.
We only managed to produce the first equilibrium umbrella days ago. Who could have built this satellite?
You from the future, presumably.
Could it be that some engineer made it immune to the storm entirely by accident?
That's as unlikely as you starving to death. Or perhaps...
Perhaps it was something on board that protected it. Something naturally immune to the storm, with no need for any input or modifications.
Right.
Something that would undoubtedly help us decipher the storm itself.
And that's how they found out about it. Gotcha. There we go. So the entire backstory of Ulrich for this event is done. Now we have one for Barcarola and one for Fatutu. So Barcarola's backstory it is then. We still have close to an hour left. So let's jump into it.
Ladies and gentlemen,
It is time to make your choice.
The clock's ticking!
There is but a half an hour left until tonight's performance. Hurry up and select your favorite pieces. Admiring the scenery, eh, senor? You can leave your song request form with me if you are ready.
It's all thanks to you.
It's all thanks to you. I almost missed it. The performance these past 2 days have been truly sublime. Honestly, I've never experienced concerts of this caliber anywhere else. Here's my form. There is only a single word here. Are you sure about this, senor? The cruise is about to end. I must seize this opportunity. This brilliant musicista, one can only witness her talent aboard the free breeze. Is it really, as they say, that there is no music Barcarola cannot play? With that abomination of an instrument of hers? Probably. If so, what I wrote there should not be a demanding request, merely broad in scope. Of course, senor, it's simply my job to confirm these things. The ticket seller places the form atop a stack of papers with a diligent smile. On every voyage, we encounter 5 or 6 curious passengers like yourself, senor. But perhaps you should have written a few a little more. Then you'd pose a real challenge for her, see? Well, I'm not trying to make things difficult here. Aren't you curious to see which piece Signora Barcarola will choose?
I'll listen closely.
I'll listen closely what kind of melody she believes will fit my hometown. Then we must hurry, senor. Let's find your seat up front. Yes, I was a few minutes late yesterday. I almost couldn't get in. I really hope she'll come ashore to perform in a concert hall someday. Tickets for the free breeze are getting harder to come by.
Hey!
How much longer? I've been waiting all day. We should begin with Morning Mood or Symphonie Fantastique. Or perhaps Bolero. The weather tonight is just perfect for it. Or perhaps our musical genius will delight us with a little improvisation. Haha, it seems the audience remains as passionate as ever. But it is as I said, I can only imagine how popular Signora Barcarola would be if she performed on land. You will have to keep wondering. She prefers life on this ship. Perhaps she just enjoys the opportunity to travel. Huh, I wonder about that. She imposing this on herself, or is she obligated to that kind of life somehow? It might be that more would come to see her on land, but she is not one to be so tied down. Good evening, signori. Please take a seat right here. If you've come to applaud our beloved star, I'd be happy to sort out 2 special seats for you. Come on, you really think a well-dressed fellow like him would want to sit on an old barrel with us? We're only sitting here so we can stay close by, to keep an eye on things, just in case. The dignified gentleman joins them on the barrel, turning his eye towards the stage with intense focus.
The honor is mine.
Well, there we go. It seems you're in for a truly novel experience tonight. I intend to fully enjoy it, before my time on the cruise ends. I made sure I was first in line for the song requests, hours ahead of the concert, and now here I am, the closest spot in the house. But for Signora Barcarola, it is worth every effort. How cute. She is his Oshi. Shh, I can see it. That's her crackling box. How do you spot a musician in a crowd? Where Barcarola is concerned, the first thing that catches anyone's eye is her remarkable instrument.
Welcome!
Welcome, welcome, ladies and gentlemen, guests of the Free Breeze, Benua. I welcome you aboard and thank you for joining us on our journey. I think that's how you read that part, but I'm not staking my reputation on it. As the ship's musician conductor, I will be performing tonight's concert for you. Unusual instrument flashes from the cabin door. Riding atop a sea of applause and cheers, the petite girl takes the steps up to the stage with an air of musical grace. As always, I've received all of your song requests. Tonight's performance will follow the sequence of your requests. However, I regret that I must once again affirm my rule that I will not be playing any piece twice during the entirety of this voyage. As a musical director, I must ensure that each of you is able to embrace the true diversity of music and sound. I wonder what she will do. Does she have a tune already in mind, or maybe she'll improvise something anew? Shh, quiet. The man gestures for the crew to be quiet, straightening up as if a king seated on his barrel throne. The whole stack of request forms is displayed before Barcarola, before she retracts them close to her. Good heavens, I've never been this nervous. She picks up the first form, reading the handwriting with careful and considered scan. Then she folds it. I'm ready. This is sure to be a phenomenal experience. She holds the paper and then proceeds to leaf it back into the stack. Before lifting up the next form. What? Perhaps you requested a piece that has already been performed?
Impossible.
No, impossible. All I wrote was a word, a place. I had hoped that Signora Barcarola would grace me with a melody that might remind me of it again. The king is so shocked, he nearly falls from his barrel throne. But the performance does not pause for him. The music and words continue to flow. Okay, tonight's opening piece shall be Bolero. Although we are lacking the space to give this piece a proper dance, I encourage everyone to join in and take a few steps. I don't believe my ears. How could a great musician such as her be bested by so trivial a request? I must ask her, I need to know why she skipped my request. Maybe it was too vague, my dude. Have you thought about that?
Easy there.
Easy there, senor. The crew members instinctively reach out in perfect sync, one to the left and one to the right, grasping at the guest as he rises from his seat. Signorina Barcarola didn't throw away your request, she merely tucked it away. You have already seen several performances, you must realize that this doesn't mean that she won't play it.
Congratulations!
Congratulations, Signor. I believe this may mean you are in for a special delight. Anytime our Barcarola breaks from the norm, it can only be a sign of some particular stroke of genius. The reassuring words have a silver-tongued sheen to them, coaxing them on frustrations away.
Fine.
But before the man can retake his throne, he turns to see a child has usurped him. The dethroned king leans against the wall, sulking. And his two courtiers follow closely in his wake. We've been working alongside Signora Barcarola for a while now. We are very familiar with her methods. Please, Signor, wait a little patience, I assure you. You will have your satisfaction. In her 2 years performing for the Free Breeze, we've never received a single complaint or negative review. Light footsteps approach, and a voice joins the conversation just at the right moment. Excuse me. Has she really been aboard the ship for that long? It doesn't seem so long ago, does it? When she first came aboard, she had only wanted to observe and help out with the maintenance while we were at port. Whenever we returned, and we returned frequently, she was always there waiting for us, until she joined us officially. Everyone has chipped in at some point to help her scrape together some musical gear, cassette tapes, or various little gadgets. The rising sound of music begins to overtake the conversations in the corner of the hall. Oh? My headphones are running out of juice. Give me a second. Switch the headphone. There we go. This will do. The ticket seller acknowledges the new participant in the conversations. My voice sounds weird to me right now because of the switched headphone. Oh well. I'll have to get used to it. Oh, you received a gift from her too, didn't you? I imagine that cassette is still tucked under your pillow. Oh yes. A record of a treasured memory. Please, if I may ask, why did she decide to join the Free Breeze? I mean no disrespect, only that with her rare talent, it seems almost a waste that she be confined to just a single ship. Perhaps the only reason is that we were the first to invite her. So we are getting a whole ass backstory on why Barcarola joined that ship. Okay. What are the rewards here? Oh, some more drops. Clear drops, I mean. That's nice. What about the other event? You know what? I shouldn't have clicked on it right now, because we'll be skipping those bits. Wanted to check the rewards, but apparently there's a bit before the event even starts. I heard that it's a good place for practicing arcane skills. Toa's been preparing for this since yesterday. Grand Toa? Wait, how did you know? I have yet to mention this to anyone. But because your shell always tells the truth long before you do, brother. Right. Why is it locking me in? God damn it. That was a mistake. We need more wood to... the lush land over there might have some. Tap on the land to select and head to the lush land where the wood is more abundant. Can I go back, please? God damn it. The place is full of bushes and trees. We can use some of our gathering incantations to collect the wood we need. Why are we getting a forced tutorial? God damn it. Do I have to restart the game? Okay, I will restart the game then. Because I don't want to do this right now. I just wanted to check the rewards. So give me a second. Mistakes were made. I hate when games lock me in into unskippable cutscenes and tutorials. They are always unwelcomed.
A gust of wind from
Okay,
the door.
there we go.
I thought it was now.
Reflections. Come back to this one. Promised destinations, right. Do you really mean that you won't join the Free Priest band, Signora? If you were to join, I know the captain would be over the moon. When we played him the song we recorded last time, he borrowed the tape on the spot and still hasn't given it back. Oh yes, please, Barcarola. Aren't you always talking about how much fun it would be to travel the world on a big ship? I'll tell you right now, I'd much rather have you join us than some random musician off the street. More and more fervent invitations leap up to overwhelm the young girl sitting on the ground. Young Barcarola looks very different. I'm thinking. Something's still missing. Oh, it's here.
A strictus.
The subtle friction of the device's components forms a harmonious melody. As if accomplishing some momentous feat, the little girl rises with a beaming smile and announces loudly.
It's fixed.
It's fixed. It's fixed. The reeds inside the melodica were a bit loose, but I glued them up and nice and securely. So she was what? Maybe 12 in here? I would guess. Something close to that. Very early teens. Here you go. I think that I've overcomplicated things at the start. I hope you didn't mind the wait. Scusa. What does 10 minutes matter? We are not setting sail until tomorrow anyway. This is downtime for us, and we can spend it however we want. But you did fix up the melodica properly, no? Certo. I'd say it's set for 100 years now. Maybe you can pass it down to your children as a family heirloom. Nothing else needs repairing, does it? No, nothing at all. We'll be through about going... What? We thought about going around breaking everything on the ship just to keep you around. But if the captain caught us, he'd have us swimming with the fishes. Don't exaggerate. The captain is a kind man. Barcarola, don't listen to his nonsense. So initially, the captain of the Free Breeze was a man. Duly noted.
Will you accept our invitation?
I really do hope that you'll join us. I know we could count the fishtails splashing out the ocean together, listen to new songs in different sports, and earn the applause of passengers from everywhere in the world. Not to mention sampling the specialties of each and every tavern along the way. Second. We'll busk on the streets when the ship stopped to earn a little extra cash. We can come along to help you find new instruments. No more waiting around for us to come back. But the Free Breeze sails so far away. I worry for my parents. How would they feel if I was so far away where not even a postcard or phone call could reach me? Silence. Time after time, the invitations fell away to silence. So initially she wasn't all too keen on joining them, it seems like. It must have taken years for her to change her mind. But maybe things will change. I haven't even finished my final exam. When I get first place, I'll be sure to let all of you know. Will you remember to tell me first? Of course, you have the word of Cremona's #1 up-and-coming music star.
I swear.
I swear I'll pass the exam. I'll quickly gather my things, dash off to the port and hop onto the Free Breeze. Just like... more like boom. When you finally do come aboard, the weight of your luggage might just sink us all. Oh, no special treatment for aspiring virtuoso? If you are worried my collection isn't compact enough, I'm close to solving that problem too. Whether it's the violin, saxophone, piano, or melodica, anything other instruments can do, my new invention will do it better. Right, so she was in the midst of inventing her crackling box at the time. My crackling box is going to take the world of music to its roots. First things first, I believe you have a little something I requested. Now hand it over. She extends an open, expectant hand to her friends, her eyes gleaming. I choose the one with the most beautiful tone, just for you. Clarinet. The maestro of the ensemble, extremely popular. White application with adaptable tone change. Grazie mille. The timing is perfect. I will incorporate it into my crackling box. She grabs the clarinet and, with her other hand, offers a cassette tape. All my best pieces I've come up with recently are all on here. Some more practice sessions and a few melodies I composed myself. Oh, and the sounds of footsteps on cobblestone streets, those fluttering their wings, the waves on the river on a windy day, the sounds of wood being polished in the bottega. This is the essence of Cremona. I even climbed the bell tower to record the breeze sweeping from above. I'm almost done with mine. One thing I can tell you in advance, I recorded an especially unique performance on the streets of Sydney. Vinyl records are slowly being phased out, and CDs are only now gaining popularity. This is the heyday for cassette tapes. So, early 90s? Presumably? Or late 80s? They can carry many things: a speech, pre-recorded music programs, sounds from around the world. Some even faithfully record the heartbeat of a city, becoming gifts for cherished friends. Next time? No, next time after that, which place would you like to hear next? Melbourne or Perth? Brisbane? Fremantle? I can contrast their sounds and try to add their unique characteristics into my songs. The friend accepts the gift, placing it into her pocket. Alright, next time I'll bring you 2 tapes, Sydney and Brisbane. Deal, you must make it back in time. If I get them before the exam, I should have time to prepare.
Rest assured.
The captain is familiar with this routine. There won't be any mishaps, don't worry. As for that exam, what was it again? Making a violin by hand and then performing on the spot. Shouldn't that be a walk in the park for you? It's not as easy for me as you think, even though I've been putting most of my time into preparing for it. I plan to perform my own music. You mean like the practice pieces on your tape? It should be even more beautiful than them. I've been layering sounds from different instruments and places all around Cremona, arranging them meticulously into a complete composition. Violin and clarinet, French horn and timpani, saxophone, harp, even oud, tin whistle, pan, flute. The crackling box will be able to emulate the timbre of each and every instrument in the world. A bold and steadfast vow. There are pieces suitable for recording and others for live performance. Just as music played in the piazza is quite different from what one plays in a church. Some sounds are more beautiful when heard in specific environments, and some are hard to reproduce even with the finest instruments. My dreams are larger than just playing the violin. The words come out rehearsed, and they have been many times still. They are not ready to be heard by the audience that matters. On the grass by the river, On the grass by the river, though, her true wishes flow out more easily. Then you absolutely positively have to join us on the free breeze. With this invention of yours, you'll be an entire one-woman orchestra. Tickets will sell like gelato on a hot day. Forget about being in the band. We may just make you captain. Then my first order of business as Captiano shall be to turn the ship into a maritime concert hall. And we'll return only 3 times per year, make that twice. But before that, I need to pass my exam. Second. Should be better. Until next time, I have to rush home before rehearsal ends so that I can lie in my room pretending to have a stomachache. As you wish, Capitano.
You'll do great.
You'll do great, Barcarola. The young musician runs off, but doesn't forget to wave heartfelt goodbyes to her friends. Something is off with that head piece of mine. One moment. It's not charging for some reason. So I have to use this still after all. Second. Something is wrong with my headphones. Give me a second. Technical difficulties. I have to reconnect them in a second. Okay. Second. Perfect. My new recording team will be a day in Cremona. After all, they are always saying they appreciate a little soothing music from home to help them sleep while at sea. And something's still wrong, apparently. Huh. Okay, so apparently my headphones completely gave off right now for some reason. What about now? Hmm. Can I hear this? Okay, so the in-game sound screwed up for some reason. I'll have to restart it after the scene, I guess. After all, they are always saying they appreciate a little soothing music from home to help them sleep while at sea. The tune she plays is a familiar lullaby. According to her mother, everyone in the family has hummed its gentle melody to her at some point. Barcarola's day used to begin with it. She sets the instrument, now both a violin and a clarinet together, in her hands and sits at the window, looking out down the river to the sea that lies far beyond the horizon. She breathes deeply, allowing the air to flow evenly and smoothly from her chest.
Sul mare luccica l'astro d'argento.
Okay, the sound is back. Don't know what was the issue there. On the sea glitters the silver star.
Placide l'onda, prospero il vento.
Gentle the waves, favorable the winds. One more time.
Sul mare luccica l'astro d'argento.
On the sea glitters the silver star. One more time. Forget it. Repeated failure leads to success is too easy a trap to fall into. Somehow, it never sounds as good as when I was little. Perhaps the timbre has changed, just as violins made from wood with different grains sound different. Or maybe it's just because my environment has changed. Where did I use to sing this song? She slides her hand up fluidly from the wooden cabinet's edge to rest against her forehead. The corners of the furniture bear splashes of paint marks. Excuse me. Back then, she had to raise her left hand high and stretch out the brush to reach it. Now she has to squat down to see her graffiti clearly. Varnishing violins is an art. How could a child possibly understand it? And naming things. In the future, when they introduce me, they'll have to say, this is the great musician Barcarola, and her treasured instrument, the crackling box. Today is the same as countless other afternoons in the past. Another lonely afternoon spent with her crackling box. Okay. That's another part done. I think we can afford to start another part. Still. Right. Let's jump into it. Part 3. Monotonous Rondo.
Thank you all.
Thank you all for taking this time to visit us. The violins used in these demonstrations are merely samples. Next month we will hold a formal concert with them. If you have any questions or suggestions, please feel free to share. A violin that fits player habits is the best violin. Merchants, musicians, collectors, and a few curious researchers. This house never lacks for enthusiastic visitors. Oh, Federico is really very busy. The bottega always keeps him tied up. If you want to order a violin, you'll need to discuss it with him. We have several excellent apprentices. But if you insist on having him make it personally, I'm afraid you'll have to wait some time. I don't know when exactly. He's been eating and sleeping at the bodega these past few weeks. He's only been back once, and even then just to grab something. The hostess smoothly handled the flurry of questions. In a corner of the room, a small figure holds her breath, waiting for her moment. I'm about to nod off before the performance even begins. My parents never took my crackling box seriously. They always say my friends are only humoring me when they say they like it. This time we'll see how complete strangers react, and I'll know for sure. Let me guess, this performance ends in a disaster where her parents will get angry at her for straying away from the, how to say it, accepted norms with her performance, and she will then decide to join the troop on the ship, probably. Curled up in the cabinet, the girl holds her instrument tightly, careful not to get it knocked around.
Yes.
Yes, an Amati-style violino delivers a mellower, more classical and pure sound, like the sounds of spring water. But if you prefer a brighter sound, the next performance should satisfy you. Stradivari violins have never failed their reputation in this regard. Several apprentices have already positioned violins on their shoulders. As soon as the hostess finishes speaking, a harmonious melody follows. My voice is slowly giving out on me after close to 4 hours of voice acting. Bravo, bravo! In the music hall, I'm certain the sound quality will come through even more clearly. That inclined neck is a stunning work of craftsmanship. I happen to have an order from an orchestra here. I know it will be a wait, but for this quality, even a year will be worth it. Taking advantage of the quiet conversation, new notes quietly diffuse into the air. Before we begin, let's run a quick calibration. When you hear the ting of the triangle instrument, tap the center of the screen to calibrate your timing. You can also manually adjust the delay by shrinking the circle. Right. Okay, so it should be somewhere around 600 for me. Right. I think this will be fine. Once you start playing, circles will appear to the beat of the music. Tap a stationary circle just as the edge of the shrinking circle overlaps for maximum points. Be sure to earn requested points before the music ends. Okay. Let's give it a try. Easy enough. Oh, it's getting harder slowly. Still getting perfect results. Can I get all perfect? Okay, perfect melody. Not bad. Oh, how novel. Besides violins, we will indeed need other timbres as well as a complement.
Of course.
Of course, amici. Young children need such diversions to cultivate their musical sense. Who hasn't been there? The music ends, followed by sustained enthusiastic applause. The hostess also offers a few begrudged words of praise. It appears this little surprise was arranged specifically for us all. Now I'll really have to grit my teeth and order a few more violins. If possible, perhaps you would introduce us to our elusive performer. My apologies. Troubling this particular performer might be quite overwhelming. Giovanni has a touch of stage fright. But I believe you'll meet at next month's concert, signor. You'll meet at next month's concert. Giovanni, I'll be sure to arrive on time then, signora. The small audience discussion eventually fades into the distance. So what? Was Barcarola playing her cracking box from... what? The closet? A hand raised in the dark gently falls on the crackling box. I knew it. They adore you. But this isn't some practice toy for bambinos. Perhaps because it was too sudden and unexpected, I'll need to prepare more. Just... Rapid footsteps around here.
Come out now, Barcarola.
Like a thief in the night. Have all the good manners we taught you gone out the window? Skipping practice, wasting time down at the river, and let us not mention that bow you made at the bodega. Thoroughly unacceptable. What good do all your gifts and intelligence do if you are so poorly utilized? If they are so poorly utilized? Aren't there enough mad geniuses in the family already? That bow was custom built. I made it for my instrument.
Come out now.
Come out now. No more excuses.
Wait, Mama!
Strictus. At this critical moment, her Astrictus heartlessly forsakes her. Another minor blunder in her countless failed attempts. Her mother's hand grasps her wrists, pulling her and the crackling box out together. Alright, me dispass, Mama. But they loved my performance. I heard their applause. They really praised it. It wasn't just to humor me. Didn't you hear them? I just don't want to only play the violin. An inconvenient confession. Let me see your instrument.
Have you forgotten that too?
Why the hesitation? Always trust your own craftsmanship. Have you forgotten that too? This instrument is visibly different from every other violin. Violoncello in the workshop. In fact, it's barely recognizable as a violin at all. Its proportions are out of place and oddly shaped. The violin's neck itself is formed from what appears to be a clarinet. Your father and I selected the best spruce and maple for your violin. It's not easy to find wood with such tight and even growth rings. I prepared the best varnish I've ever mixed for this. We wanted to give you the most special gift we could, one that fits you best, an instrument you would love the most of all. And technically, you accomplished that.
Do you like it?
Yes.
Yes, Mama, it has a name. It's my beloved crackling box. Despite these embellishments, you've done well for someone your age. Take it. Surprising. So, her mother didn't admonish her creation. I expected that to happen. Second. My headphones are giving out on me again. Her mother's actions surprise her, the explanations she had prepared all slip away. Ultimately, she can only inquire softly. You're not angry, Mama? Then you've finally embraced my idea? I'm so happy.
I'm not mad at you.
I'm not mad at you, Barcarola. Her mother's words are gentle but coiled. I'm just disappointed. I once believed you were talented enough to take over the family bodega or become a great musician in your own right. And she will do just that. At least the second part of this. But who would even take this crackling box of yours seriously? Who would buy such an instrument? And who in the world would even wish to listen to it? Well, apparently the people that just left. For all that talent, do you really think that people of Cremona will ever recognize you with this? That you can pass your exam with it? Without the Stradivari name behind you, would anyone applaud? Even in her mother's dulcet, calm voice, the question sinks deep, and the smile disappears from Barcarola's face.
No.
No, I don't perform for the applause.
All you care about is the violin.
Is there really nothing else? No room for anything more? The violin bodega aren't doing as well as they used to, Mama. We have fewer and fewer workshops every year. Haven't you noticed? Why can't we make changes that go beyond adjusting shapes, wood and varnish formulas? Must we continue like this until we are completely left behind by the rest of the world? She fires back with a barrage of questions, stepping back from her mother with each one until she almost left the room. This marks her second failure of the day. Right. She wanted to innovate. But families like hers don't accept innovation easily. At least not usually. At least I got a perfect score on that musical bit. Alright. So, let's grab the rewards. And do we have enough for another pool? I think we are close to it. Right, if I do one more mission in hard mode from the event, I will have enough, I think. Let's give it a try. Hard mode. Right. If I do this, we'll be able to do another pull to finish off the stream. Right, the boss fight.
Very well. Let me try
This
my
shouldn't
hand.
take all that long.
I've got your back. Так ярко и тепло.
Let me adjust the volume. There we go.
Easy lah. An intro.
Relax.
Let
This
me
will
think
do.
on it. Ha! 同幽动微，墨韵虚无。
Thank you for your cooperation.
天道必反，其势好还。
And now we have to destroy those shields, right?
Don't take it on.
So we need a lot of hits.
I've got your back.
Burn it down. I will need more attack incantations. This will do.
Copy that.
No worries.
Ah, an interesting one.
Or maybe take a deep breath.
Let me think on it.
Should be sufficient, I think.
Thunder Talisman Scientific Version!
Please, don't resist.
Rise.
But only for an instant.
Concentrate and visualize.
And it's gone. Easy enough.
Was I able to take care of everyone?
And another 60 clear drops. So we have just enough to make a pool. Right.
Oh, it's past time I went to bed.
There we go. So, let's make another pool for Ramona and see what happens. Whew, I'm holding my breath. It would be a nice way to end the week if I were to get her right now. And that's a 5-star, I think, right? So no luck. Nope. She's still eluding me for the time being. So I guess I'll have to amass some more resources through the weekend. And we'll be trying again on Monday. I'll see what I can do. How long until the drop counter, no, the bus counter refreshes? It will refresh in 4 days. So that's Saturday, Sunday, Monday. And when
I went to bed.
when the banner ends? In 5 days. So most likely I'll have enough for another pool on Wednesday stream. Just as the banner ends. Probably. This will be my last chance. How does the record look like? This is where I got the flutter page. I guess I'll have to pray. Alright, so anyway, thanks for watching, if you did. If you missed anything from my stream, I recommend going to my YouTube channel to catch the VOD. It will be available immediately after we end. If you want to see my upcoming schedule for next week, I recommend going to my Discord server, which is linked in the description on both YouTube and on Twitch. You can also use the commands of !YouTube to get the YouTube link and !Discord to get the Discord link directly in the chat. Hey, that's it for today. Ciao, and see you again next time.